Okay, for today's vocabulary, number one is penthouse, which is basically the top apartment on the roof of a tall building. Usually, it's kind of like the more expensive one or a luxurious place to live in an apartment, especially in a place like New York, right? So if just for anybody that is single, if you meet a guy that says, "Oh yeah, I live in a penthouse," you should marry that guy right away. He's probably rich. Number two, Spire. Spire is on the very top of a tall building, right? It kind of just comes up at an angle like that. I'm watching to see if I do it right in the video. I don't know why it matters, but yeah, like a needle. So there's some really nice buildings in Europe, right, that have some nice tall spires that are,
Church?
yeah, like the old churches and cathedrals. Have you guys been to Czech in Praha? They have that really tall cathedral. I think it took 500 years to build, right? And what was interesting about that is the style of the construction of the architecture of the lower part is different than the spires because it took so long. So the spires actually have a different architecture style than the rest of the cathedral. Number three, mast, a vertical pole. A mast can be on a building or it can also be on a boat. So it's just basically the long, tall pole that comes out the top. Number four, in any sense, is an idiom for saying in any way or in a specific way. In any sense, I always complain about there's no air conditioning in here. Number five, Skyline. Skyline is two things. Skyline is basically the outline of the buildings against the sky. So, some cities, they always kind of have some pride about their skyline. New York City is very famous about their skyline. Seattle is very famous about their skyline because of the needle, the Seattle needle. Even Seoul, I think near the, I forgot which one, maybe it was Namsan Tower, right? So there's famous places with famous skylines. Also, Skyline is the name of a very fast car from Nissan in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've never driven one, but I want to try one day. And that is our vocabulary for today.